hold you
and
accountable.
learn. That's
Go
all you
ahead,
could
Doc.
do. If my man comes on this panel, all you're going to do is mute and learn.
DJ, I have a question for you, baby.
Yeah.
Would you date a man who tends to throw personal things in your face or try to use things that you've been through in your life against you to make a point? Or would you do anything like that? Like, would you use that in
No,
the midst of
ma'am.
an argument? Because I think the fact that
Okay.
if it happens on the panel,
I'm too
you know what
old
I'm
for
saying? It
that.
must happen in their relationship. So,
Lack
you
of
know, like,
maturity.
you know how people have like bad, like people call it their dark side. Everybody have light and dark to them. The dark
Mm-hmm.
side, you have to know when to control it and when to bring it out. The dark side is usually like you first use the nice side to set boundaries. You know what I'm saying? But if that's not working and people are continuing pushing, continuing to overstep your boundaries, you're going to get defensive. You're going to feel some type of way. And I do feel like every time we try to explain to you your choice of words, because like I said, I don't think all of your intentions, not everyone on this panel was to upset us, but when we're telling you it's your choice of words that's breaking down, it's like, nah, I ain't trying to hit it. Like, I'm not trying to hit it. That word that shouldn't mean nothing to you. But even when Marcus tried to describe when he was just like MVP, the man is the most valuable player. Any man that played good basketball is not trying to hear. And even when LeBron first came to the Lakers, you feel me? When he was doing his shit and he was holding the team down, those men, even at that time, is not gonna accept anybody coming up to them and telling them, "Oh, y'all without LeBron, y'all gonna lose. Without him, y'all might as well not even." You feel me? Without him, no. They had to make sure that they built themselves up, even though they wasn't at his caliber.
Mm,
They like, we got
no,
to
they
make
did
sure
say
that
that.
ain't the point. But why are you marrying somebody
Yeah.
that's like that? Why is you marrying somebody that if you had a sick day or if something went wrong or happened, you could go through trauma. Everybody know when you go through trauma, you tend to act in ways that you're not supposed to. So why are you even with
Oh shit.
somebody to where if you're out of commission, she can't hold it down and be as valuable as you are?
Di, you
That's
loaded
not
that
what he
question real
said.
crazy. There's nobody who would have said no to that. I
I
can't
li-
think of a human being who would have said
Nobody
no to the
said
question you
that.
just
Go
posed
to the chat.
to DJ.
I
That shit is
did go to the
crazy.
chat. Nobody said that.
Okay,
No,
we
I'm
got.
saying,
Nobody.
well,
Hold on.
no, I'm not reading the chat. I'm saying I
Okay.
wrote in the chat. I wrote
All right.
exactly what he said, word for word, that specifically said that.
No,
That's
it
the thing. Y'all
didn't.
don't understand why her emotions are riled up in the first place. She's telling you what each other saying, and then when she say
You
this is the disrespect, y'all like, no, we didn't say that. No, we didn't say it in that context. When it is, that is how you're saying it in that context. So now she gonna get ignorant
no,
with you and say ignorant stuff back. Y'all did it 2 times, even when it came down to the
no,
kids.
you
When he
can't
was talking
assume.
about how the kids is the head of the household,
Die,
and then DJ brought it up, y'all do that. Y'all don't hold men
die,
accountable.
die.
We're gonna
You
be
cannot.
shifting. We're gonna be shifting in a second, man. I'm gonna let Sweeney respond to you, and then I do want to try to switch it before we get up out of
Yeah,
here.
just
To the,
respond to me
This
and
is
tell
like,
me
this is
like,
the
yeah,
problem.
how
is
can
it
you
time
hold
for
men
black women
accountable?
to
That's
hold?
what I want you to respond to. How do y'all hold men accountable?
This is the problem.
How to hold men accountable?
You heard something that he said, and you assumed what he meant. You assumed.
No,
Hold on, wait. Let me finish. You assumed his intention. You said he said based off of data, fathers, even in single father households, they tend to still fare better with the father than they do with single mothers. And you heard that and said mothers don't matter. You're
no,
saying
you didn't
you
go.
hold on. You said that he said mothers don't matter. He dismissed mothers. That is not what he said.
That is.
You have to. That is
That
not
is
what he
not
said.
what
But
He
the
he
did
problem
said.
is,
this. He didn't say those
hold
words,
on.
but he did dismiss mothers. And for
You
you to
can't
say he
say he
didn't after
dismissed
hearing
mothers
what he said
if
is
he said if
crazy.
he just
Like
told
lack
you
of a
I did
television.
not
Hold
dismiss
tight,
mothers.
Sweeney,
All right,
Sweeney,
just
hold tight, Sweeney. I think Aisha, she's a woman. You know, maybe. Go ahead, Aisha. I know you heard you say something, and I'm gonna come back to Sweeney.
I agree with Sweeney. I don't agree that he dismissed mothers. I think that he was just recognizing the father role in that. And I think that on this panel, that happens a lot. When men acknowledge their role or what they're doing, it's always like, oh, well, what about the women? What y'all trying to say? Oh, where we fall into play. I feel like that comes down to self-awareness and self-security because I know who I am. I know I know I'm a good mom. I know good wife, all of the above, right? So nothing that anybody on this panel could say could change like who I am as a person and who I am inside, or it's not going to cause me to be disrespectful to anybody, especially another black man. So I just think we have to watch that in our conversations as well. But I agree with Sweeney. I agree that you took what he said and you got something totally different out of what was stated.
And then to add to that, if you ask him, okay, well, what did you mean by it? And he says, I'm not telling you that I'm dismissing mothers. Once he tells you that's not what I'm saying this, you can't then keep accusing them of saying something different. That's where we get the words crossed there. That's why I kept saying he didn't say that. He didn't say that. He didn't say that. It's because when you assume somebody's intentions behind their words, you assume what they said, even though they never said that. He never said mothers ain't shit and they not worth a damn thing. You felt that's what he said. And you're more than, and the thing is, I'm not here to tell you that you can't say, hey, bro, that's coming off as that you're dismissing moms in this conversation. But once they turn back and say, hey, that's not what I said at all. I'm not trying to dismiss y'all at all. Here's what I'm actually saying. That you have to take what they're saying at face value.
And I think something else to keep in mind too is habits on both sides, right? So I did witness tonight where like somebody said something, and then one of the gentlemen did ask, okay, well, why do you feel that way? Because he can't assume, just like he doesn't want you to assume. And so when he asks you, why do you feel that way, then we can really move the conversation forward. And it happens a lot of times in communication. A lot of people don't know how to communicate with one another. You know, I was guilty of that early on, but once I learned and it made sense, it's like now I have to start applying this logic to it. We have to be better communicators, and we have to be willing to listen to understand. Yes, some people are triggered by different things based off experiences, based off things that they hear. But you have to at least get a courtesy of seeing if it is. If somebody does something, I'm like, I know I'm not tripping. Well, let me at least ask them, because I need more data, I need more information before I come to a conclusion. I don't want to just jump right to it. I know what I heard. I'm not stupid, but let me just get them the benefit of the doubt. Let me hear a little bit more. Then once I get everything I need, I say, you know what, it's safe to conclude this and say that this is the way that I feel, or this is what I think that you're doing. They still can't invalidate it. A lot of times women don't want their feelings invalidated, but men don't want their feelings invalidated either. If they feel a certain type of way, it has to go back and forth with people clarifying, giving a little bit more context in what they're saying. People have to seek the context, because if we don't seek the context, then guess what? You get everybody blowing up and everybody cutting people off, everybody getting divorced, everybody cutting relationships off a misunderstanding. So I've seen it happen both ways on this panel, that we're not really listening. And I'm hoping as we have these discussions, we can actually listen to one another, see if we can get somewhere. I get people feel the way they feel, and that's cool. I'm not trying to validate your experience or your feelings. And I don't think nobody on the panel should be, but let's at least seek to understand and see if we can get somewhere. Because right now we're just talking up in circles and everybody just yelling at each other because it's becoming feeling based.